Temple of Light, Center for Spiritual Living, here in beautiful Kingston, Jamaica. Please join me in an opening affirmative prayer. Right here, we breathe in this moment of love, this moment of joy, this moment of peace. And we recognize that right here in our midst, as we are, God is fully present and fully active. So I know for this morning's service, it unfolds in absolutely perfect ways as our speaker, Sandra, delivers a message that is insightful and uplifting. And every heart is open to hear the message that is delivered, so that each person here present, physically in the sanctuary and online, receives exactly what it is that is required for their upliftment and their understanding that God is, therefore we are. I release these words now into that infinite law that has already made it so, and so it is. We have a praise song this morning, which we all know, I think. And I'd just like to affirm again a welcome for everyone who's here. And if you're online joining us, if you're here for the first time, welcome, and let us know that you're here for the first time. Let's do our praise song. You have to stand up to do this one.
Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and again I say rejoice.
We're gonna do it as a round, okay? This side starts. Rejoice in the Lord always.
Hold on, Carol, hold on. I'm going to stop us because we're going to do this in 3 groups.
Oh, 3 groups, okay.
3 groups, right? So, Shelley and Karen, come over this side to make over here a little more fulsome. So this is going to be group 1, and you will, whatever Carol does, you follow back of her. Well,
you're going to have
whatever
to
sound
sing out.
comes out will be the
Sing
sound
out.
that comes out. All right, so whatever Carol does, you follow her. In the middle here will be group 2, right? And that means at the back 2, you can throw your voice in the room, that would be nice. And you will follow me. Whatever because we're going to go in 3 parts. And so if you're not present and mindful, it will mix up and blender. So this is group 2, and group 3 is over here. You'll follow Lilith and Sonia, right? So Carol we just sung it through so you know the tune. Carol will start and she will do the first 2. When she goes into rejoice, rejoice, we start. And we sing through to the end. And when we do rejoice, rejoice 2 times, you start. And we see what happens. Ready?
Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice.
Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice.
Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always.
did wonderful. Good. So now that you're all awake and energized, I have an inspirational reading for you. This is inspired by Dr. Ernest Holmes. In The Science of Mind, we read, "There is one life. This life is God, and it is the life of every person we meet. The ones we embrace with ease, the ones who stretch us into deeper growth. We are never separate, never divided, never disconnected. We live in a spiritual universe of oneness, where all are expressions of the same divine reality." When we forget this truth, people appear difficult, irritating, or unlovable. But when we return to truth, we remember that each person is doing the best they know how with the consciousness they have. We learn to look beyond behavior and see the divine presence shining beneath the surface. Loving the unlovable does not mean approving of every action. It means choosing to bless rather than curse, to understand rather than judge, and to release rather than resent. It means seeing through the eyes of spirit rather than the eyes of personality. Let us then choose to see God everywhere, to love where it is difficult, to bless where it is tempting to resist, and to honor every life as sacred. For truly, we are one life, one love, one family, kith and kin, and so it is. I want us to go into the silence as we let those words sink in. We are one life, one love, one family, kith and kin. One life, one love, one family, kith and kin. Take a deep breath. Welcome back. I'm now going to light the youth candle. Before I do that, I'm going to say the blessing for the youth. There is one life. That life is my life now. Divine intelligence guides, uplifts, and nurtures all beings, especially the youth, who are the promise of a new world. May all youth worldwide walk in the awareness of their spiritual magnificence, and so it is. We light this candle on behalf of all the youth in the world and the young at heart. Now let's do our mission song.
The temple of light, the temple of light, the temple of light. We are a people with a vision, one in spirit on a mission. To touch, to heal, to bless, to prosper, to love and liberate anyone who comes into contact with us, anytime, night or day. The temple of light, the temple of light, the temple of light. We are a people with a vision, one in spirit on a mission. To touch, to heal, to bless, to prosper, to love and liberate anyone who comes into contact with us, anytime, night or day.
Please have a seat. For those who came in after the first welcome, welcome again. This is a beautiful, beautiful day. You notice how the grass just getting greener? Every day we get a little toops, a little love up. Yes. I'd like to welcome those people joining us online once again. If you're here for the first time, please so indicate that we may bless you a little bit extra. Anyone new in the sanctuary today? I'm not really seeing any new faces, but clap yourself, pick up yourself. You're new? You're new today. Yeah. Let me just remind you as well, if you have your cell phone with you, turn off this so that it doesn't ring during the service. We don't want you distracted during Sandra's message. Okay, so just turn it off. If you're using your device to listen to the service, we don't want to know. Okay? Are you still wanting to learn to play the drum and the guitar? If you're curious or a soon-to-be musician, join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. where we'll have a hands-on session. We do this every Sunday afternoon at 2. There are some people who have been coming regularly and doing the exercises regularly and are reaping the benefits regularly. So, join us. And it's free. Did I mention that? Next Tuesday at 6 p.m. online, this is on our Zoom platform, practitioner Jennifer Livingston, who is sitting in the annex right now, will host our spiritual mind healing service. This is Tuesday at 6 p.m. And her topic is, in all things, give thanks. How many of you have made it to Tai Chi yet? Every Friday at 9 a.m., we have a Tai Chi session with Sifu Master Stuart Maxwell. Now this is great. A low-impact exercise program that loosens up the joints, gets everything flowing with ease. 9 a.m. on Friday mornings. The health benefits are well known. It's a traditional healing art. Now, the cost at this moment is $2,000 per person, per session. The more people who come, the less you have to pay. Okay? So if you haven't yet been, at least come and try it out, see if it's for you, see if it has any benefit, and then continue. Okay? We all knew about Hurricane Melissa, all right? Now, our center is still collecting donations of food items, personal hygiene packages, and bottled water. We're not accepting clothing, okay? However, you need to bring your contributions to here, to the temple, Monday to Friday between 11 and 2. And all of the donations that come here are then forwarded to the RJR Communications Group on Lyndhurst Road, okay? And these will be distributed by RJR. So we have an arrangement with them. We collect our contributions here, and they're distributed via their network. So remember, Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. till 2 p.m., please bring your donation. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter how small. Just bring something. We tithe, okay? We tithe time, we tithe talent, we tithe treasure. That would be money. Please remember, your generosity helps us to be a beacon of light in the world. Our banking details are at donate.templeoflightscsl.org. Please go there. We take cash as well, and card. View the loop online and in the sanctuary for the complete list of announcements and reminders. This completes our announcements for today. Any questions that you have, please see us after. We'll try and enlighten you. Speaking of light, I'm now like to go into a few series of affirmative prayers, beginning with an affirmative prayer of light. So please join me. Take a deep breath in and slowly breathe out. And again, in, hold it, and out. One last time, in and out. Right where we are, God is the light that infills us, the wisdom that guides us, the intelligence that knows all that we need to know. So in this moment, I'm recognizing light as that guiding principle in all our affairs. We know what to do, we know how to do, when to do, and we are guided in ways that are easily recognized, can easily be accepted, and acted upon with ease. Because we are the light of the world. Therefore, God in us, as us, lights our way so that we can light the way. We allow our light to shine because we know that God in us is that light. I release these words now into that infinite law, accepting its perfect guidance in this moment. God is light, that light surrounds me. In that light I safely dwell. Days above, beneath, within me. God is light, and all is well. God is light, now an affirmative prayer of love. Love is that enduring aspect of God, that pure, healing sense that all is well. All is always well, because love is at the center of our experience, and love surrounds us at the circumference of our experience. All that we need, all that there is embraced in this love. So therefore, I know for each person here that we recognize fear has no place in this love, nor doubt, nor any otherness. There is only love here. There is only love in this place, in our hearts. And the love that is more than enough. It's more than enough to heal our individual pain, our community pain that may be circulating now. Love heals. And so we now let this love circulate throughout our physical bodies, throughout our systems, throughout our political systems. Only love is the reality of this now experience. And it finds its perfect expression through each one of us, through each person now living. Love is. God is. We are that love in full, free expression now. We claim it. We allow it. We let it be. We let it guide our process. We let it guide our next step, knowing that God is at the center. There is nothing to fear. All is love. God is love, that love surrounds me. In that love I safely dwell. 'Tis above, beneath, within me. Love is mine, and all is well. God is love, pure love. God is love, sweet love. That love is mine, and all is well. And in recognition that love points the way, we accept joy as the experience of now. This joy fills our being from the crown of our heads down through the soles of our feet. Every aspect of our being, mental, physical, emotional, dances with joy at the recognition that joy is the reality for us as we choose. And right now, in this moment, we are choosing joy. There is nothing that can dampen this joy, nothing that can extinguish this joy, because it bubbles up from within us as laughter, as love, as light, as peace. And we've spread this joy with full abandon, recognizing that where we are, joy exists because we bring that joy. We let that be so now, and so it is. God is joy, that joy surrounds me. In that joy I safely dwell. 'Tis above, beneath, within me. Joy is mine, and all is well. God is joy, pure joy. God is joy, sweet joy. That joy is mine, and all is well. Breathe it in in and let it settle into your bones. We have our first song selection, I Am God's Melody of Life, which I'm going to invite you to stand. I am God's melody of life that sings its song through me. I am God's rhythm and harmony that sings its song through me. A song of life, of radiant life, of life so full and free. I am God's melody of life, your spirit sings through me. I am God's instrument of peace, peace breathes its breath through me. I am God's heartbeat of all that's good, that flows and sets me free. A song of hope, of gentle hope, a hope that longs to be. I am God's instrument of peace, peace breathes its breath through me. I am God's symphony of joy, joy shines its light through me. I am God's anthem to the world, it lifts its voice through me. A song of joy, triumphant joy, abundant, wild and free. I am God's symphony of joy, joy shines its light through me. Thank you. It's newish, but we're going to learn it. Now get ready. Our speaker this morning is practitioner Sandra Cooper. Today is Practitioner Sunday, in case you didn't know it. Sandra is a respected professional development trainer, a group process facilitator, and an executive coach. She has devoted more than 40 years of heartfelt service to our spiritual community. She is a licensed religious science practitioner. Her work has touched thousands across Jamaica and the Caribbean, guiding leaders to unlock their greatness through emotional intelligence, conscious communication, and spiritual practice. A recent recipient of the prestigious Certified Professional Facilitator Emerita is bestowed by the International Association of Facilitators for her exceptional lifetime contribution to the profession. With a heart for service and a passion for uplifting humanity, she continues to inspire transformation wherever she goes. In case you don't know, she's a recently published author. Her inspiring book, Flying Without Wings, How to Live as a Spiritual Superhero in a Human Bodysuit, invites readers to awaken their inner power and live from a place of spiritual strength, clarity, and love. And the book launch is this Wednesday, right here. So please help me to warmly welcome our speaker, Sandra Cooper.
Good morning, friends. It is always a pleasure for me to be here, and to I'm always humbled to deliver the message. So I just open myself and let God speak. And this morning, our theme for the month is loving the unlikable. And I'm excited for what was revealed to me, and I'm going to share it with you. And I hope that for you, you will have your own personal revelation. And so we have the theme, loving the unlikable. And this morning, we're going to talk about being grateful for Kith and kin. Now, those words are from Old English. Kin refers to our family and blood relatives, and can extend to friends, neighbors, community and those with whom we develop deep bonds. But kith, according to Old English, refers to intimacy with the landscape in which one dwells and is entangled. When we say kith and kin, we're referring to all the people connected to us, the ones we choose, the ones we feel we have to put up with, those we love deeply, and those we love but we don't always like. You know those, right? In the same breath, we are also talking about the things we struggle with in our environment. For example, if you want to see a grown adult run, just say that, there's a croaking lizard that just came out from the corner right underneath the eaves, and you're going to see heads turn and people will run. There is one the size of a crocodile that lives amongst the cake tins in my laundry area, and every now and again it comes out. You can hear it croaking from halfway tree. Unless that's the size of a crocodile. You have to believe me, right? You know those, don't? Now, how can something, in effect, it's really tiny in comparison to the size of our bodies, but it can shut down our peace in an instant. We get uncomfortable, we get nervous, we get afraid, we have all kinds of emotional feelings. So the answer is that it triggers our fear, our discomfort, and our revulsion. Just the way it crawls, it's not so nice, at least. And I keep telling God that I want to grow spiritually. And God keeps sending me croaking lizard personalities. The kind that appear out of nowhere and make me want to scream and run. And Spirit says, don't run. Love it and learn from it. Yeah, right. And I say, Lord, can't you just send me a butterfly or a puppy? And God says, no, dear, butterflies don't build character. But we can talk about croaking lizards another time, and I can do that. But this morning, I want to focus more on the people in our lives and leave my struggle with croaking lizards for maybe the next talk. As an integral element of kith and kin, family has a very special way to push our buttons. Buttons they themselves helped install. Parents are good at that. We learn how to respond to how parents have taught us. We try to get along, we try to be understanding, and yet sometimes the people closest to us test our patience more than anyone else in the world. I'm sure many of you know the experience of going to a family gathering and praying silently, Lord, please help me keep my mouth shut today. And that may not always work, right? We smile through gritted teeth. We count to 10. We remind ourselves we are spiritual people. So the hard truth is that the people who push our buttons the most are actually teachers placed in our path for spiritual growth. In Matthew 5:44, the master teacher Jesus said, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Later on in Luke 6:32-36, he says, if you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? It's so easy to sort of wallow in the love and affection and attention of those who we feel close and warm with. But the others, not so easy. He was making it very clear that love is not just for people who are easy to love. Real spiritual growth happens when we extend love, even where it feels undeserved. And if we are honest, sometimes the most difficult people to love are not strangers. They are the ones closest to us, our kith and kin. Now, the family members who push our buttons, the friends who disappoint us, the church members who disagree with, that we disagree with, the relatives whose choices break our hearts, all those are part of our kith and kin. And it's easy, as we said, to love the ones that bring us joy, but it's harder to love the ones who bring us frustration. Yet Jesus reminds us that anyone can love the unlovable. But divine love is proven only in the difficult places. God places these people in our lives not by accident, but for our soul's development. Some kith and kin comfort us, others grow us. Some open our hearts, others stretch them wider than we thought possible. When Jesus calls us to love our enemies, he's really calling us to love those who don't think like us, love those who don't treat us the way that we want, love those who are hard to even be around, love beyond preference, personality, or past pain. And I must tell you that the past pain is like shackles tied onto our ankles. We walk with it. You know, the hurt that we feel that might have been inflicted on us back in the past. An old boyfriend, what the mother did or the father did, or a sibling did or didn't do. We wear and carry those feelings. But, you know, love is not really a feeling, you know. Love is a spiritual practice. And so when we have brought these persons into our lives, it's for us to practice love. It's for us to be love. And so today we want to give thanks for our kith and kin, for the ones who bless us, for the ones who challenge us, for the ones who shape us, and for the ones who teach us who we are and who we are becoming. For through them all we learn what Jesus meant when he said in Luke 6:36, "Be merciful, just as your Father is merciful." So we talk about the Father not as the man up in the sky, but that higher presence and power that lies within. And that presence and power knows no personality. That presence and power doesn't know the behavior. That presence and power is just expressing and embracing the perfection and the wholeness that resides at the center of every single human being, no matter how they show up. You know, one could think, but how can I love a rapist? How can I feel this way towards someone who abuses children? How can I feel this way about some of our politicians? You know, but yes, we're all human beings, right? And so, you know, I talk about the human bodysuit. The human bodysuit is what we all wear, right? But our spiritual superhero is unchangeable, it's undauntable, it's just perfect, whole, and complete. And so when we see someone who is showing up in a way that's, you know, is out of alignment with who we think we are or they should be, just remember that we are God engaging with God. And if we let our light shine, we perhaps could display some of the darkness, you know, disperse some of that darkness. You know, Ernest Holmes teaches us that there is only one life, and that life is God. And that life is my life now. Let's say that together. There is only one life. That life is God. And that life is my life now. And that means that everything and everyone is part of the same divine presence. There is no them, you know, the us and them, you know, those people over there. I mean, I've been part of many conversations about what's happening in North America. Well, you know, that part of North America. And we talk about, the leaders of that country. We might not approve of some of the behaviors, but there's still God expressing. It's a big frog to swallow, as Reverend John used to say. You know, so the next time we're part of a conversation, just hold with tongue and don't contribute to it. The more we contribute to it, the more we criticize it, is the more we sustain it. If I said to you, don't think about the statue in Emancipation Park, what's in your mind right now? The statue in Emancipation Park. And so what we think about, we bring about. And you don't want to add in fuel to the fire of dissent and discontent and so on. The ones we love easily and the ones we struggle with are equally expressions of God. We're never separate. We are all connected through one divine intelligence. And we grow spiritually not when life is easy, but when we choose love anyway. You know, in October, I had a recent birthday, a nice, big, fat, juicy 70th birthday. And I had the pleasure of spending 3 glorious weeks with extended kin, some of whom I've known for more than 50 years. Of course, you know, I had to struggle with the part of the Kith that was Hurricane Melissa happening here. But I had to be assured that the kin that I had back home were taking care of things at home for me. And my son was amazing. You know, remember, my son is blind, and I left him at home. I mean, the fridge was full of food and so on. But he was alone. And I had to struggle with the dissonance of being away, having a good time, and, you know, the guilt of him being there. And you know what he said? A couple of days later, of course, he says, "Mommy," no, he actually told a friend, and she told me, "Now I realize I can survive without Mommy." It's a good and a not so good feeling, but I felt really proud and reassured. But, you know, I have to honor the kin, the extended kin that rallied, you know. "Kevin, you need anything?" Or just turned up and brought stuff. You know, he never lacked for patties from Juicy Beef. You know, if somebody loaned him a power bank, somebody gave him data, you know, he was fine. And he pulled down every painting and picture from the wall. He was in action, doing what he felt he could and should do as a man to protect his home. I was so proud. But it's just a focus on the power of kin. So, a little back to the birthday. When you sit with people that you love and you can laugh together and reminisce and talk about, you know, things that you've been through together, it's a nice feeling to have that sense of unbroken connection, even although you don't see each other for 40 years, 20 years, 5 years, a year, 6, it doesn't matter. The connection is there. It's one love and one heart. I also experienced my Kith as I spent time in nature. I saw fall foliage up close for the first time. You see pictures and, you know, maybe taking off late in September, you see 1 or 2 colors changing, but to be in the midst of the fall, it was amazing. You know, the trees, they went into bright reds and golds and yellows and oranges. And the leaves, you know, and the leaves just sort of, watch them just flutter, you know, without care, as they prepared for their winter hibernation. And each leaf was released so gracefully. I got to visit Niagara Falls, and I watched, you know, as I watched the water, I mean, it was like, you know, Dunn's River is one thing, and as a child, I used to wonder, suppose the water finish. You know, it's just coming and coming and coming. But, you know, God is infinite. God can't finish. And the same feeling I got in Niagara Falls, you know, that huge, immense rush of water, the mist rising, and the thunderous roar as the water cascaded. And I felt connected to something that is vast and sacred. I also experienced the season's first snowfall. I ran outside in the snow. I was clad, of course. My host insisted that I was. And I'm running with my tongue sticking out, catching snowflakes. You know, and, you know, in that moment, you know, and in moments of experiencing nature as I did, there's a love that binds kith and kin. And it's infinite and it's unconditional. And it embraces all of us as one. The same power that moves Niagara Falls is also moving me, and you, all of us, don't? The same intelligence that turned green leaves golden is guiding my own journey and your journey. The same peace that brought each snowflake gently to earth resides in every human heart. My heart, your heart, everybody's heart. In this spiritual community, in our Temple of Light family, we are kith and kin together. I would say 90% of my friends originated from the temple. I don't really have much school, the connection with the school friends, not so thing, but temple, you are my family, right? We have our differences. We disagree, we debate, we wrestle with choices and changes, don't? And yet, here we stand, week after week, learning together, growing together, supporting each other through grief, joy, sickness, success, hurricanes, and heartbreak. You might not know everybody's personal heartbreak experience, but I guarantee there's somebody in this temple who has the ears to support you. Okay? Whether it's a minister or a practitioner, or you just have one of your, what we call in Jamaica, friend and Campbell. Somebody's there to listen, to support you and remind you that your love is infinite and that nobody ever can break your heart. Okay? So together we need to be grateful for Kith and Kin. Oh, and by the way, as we move forward as a church community, yes, I really enjoy the camaraderie that we share together. However, I've watched this church evolve from 1983. That's 42 years. And this morning I was musing and I shared with Reverend Ann that when I came to this church, I was 25 years old. A lot of our community, we were late 20s, 30s, 40s. Now, 43 years later, 42 years later, many of them have passed, and some others have retired. And so perhaps the available resources for the church's empowerment, so to speak, and financial strength is not like it could be. And so, we're going to be looking at ways as a leadership to see what do we do with regards to our brand, not CSL. We always will be CSL. But I think of all the people I associate with in organizations. A lot of MBAs and leaders, directors and vice presidents are 30s and 40s. We want to attract that lot because those of us who are the backbone of the church perhaps won't be around for, we don't know. So how do we make this light, that beacon in this community that people are drawn to and want to be a part of and know that this is where it's at. We used to have a TV show called Where It's At, remember? An old show. And this now is where it's at. I remember Doug saying one time, this should be an oasis like Devon House. Like people go to Devon House for ice cream. People should be coming here for their spiritual ice cream. Okay? So, we need to be grateful because it's the power of us as we give our time, our talent, and our treasure. That power will make and sustain this community into eons. We need to think about our families of origin, mother, father, brother, and sister, whether they're here with us or not. We also have families we have chosen, people we're married to, people who we call friends. We think about the ones who comfort us, the ones who challenge us, those who walk beside us joyfully, and those who push us into spiritual maturity. We need to, and these are just some things that you need to consider as we move forward. To treasure the people that God has placed in our lives. Every single one is a teacher. To see beyond the behavior, that is a challenge, to see beyond the behavior to the perfection, to the soul within. To shift from reacting when a person does or says something, to responding with love. To be grateful. I can't begin to tell you what you all mean to me. But this gift of community, even when it's messy, yeah, it is messy. But as we say in Jamaica, your gas and go through. And to practice loving the unlikable, because in truth, there is no other. There's no them. In practical terms, I want you to think of at least one person in your life this week. Could be somebody here in the church, could be somebody in your family, could be a friend that you might consider to be unlikable. And do one small thing to extend your love. Could be to just listen to them and paraphrase them, just to let them get that you get them. That is one of the most powerful gifts you can give to another human being, to let them get that you get them. Remember that every relationship is a divine appointment. Every connection is a classroom for the soul. Every experience of nature is an opportunity to marvel, to connect, and to grow. Every person is a mirror that helps us discover more of who we are and what we are becoming. I want us to say it together. I'm going to read it once and I'll break it down. Thank you, God, for my kith and kin, my teachers, my supporters, my mirrors, my blessings. I love them, I release them, I celebrate them, and I grow through them. So let's do first. Thank you, God, for my kith and kin. My teachers, my supporters, my mirrors, my blessings. My teachers, my supporters, my mirrors, my blessings. I love them. I release them. I celebrate them. And I grow through them. Audiel, can we get a little music, please, to just close us off? Just close your eyes for a minute. Take a deep breath. As we affirm, Spirit, open my heart to love bigger than my fear, to embrace those who challenge me, to recognize the divine in every face, to live in gratitude for all who walk this journey with me. For we are one. One life, one love, one family. We are all kith and kin, now and always. And so it is. Namaste.
Thank you, Sandy, for reminding us. Kith and kin is spiritual. It's not about blood family. We're all one. And I wish I was trying to remember the author who said, you need to value the sandpaper in your life. He didn't say those words, but that's what he meant. And in any, y'all know I'm a goldsmith, right? So when you're polishing metal, to get to that brilliant shine, you have to use sandpaper. You have to use abrasive polish. It's the abrasion that takes away all the crud that leaves that brilliant shine that you want to see. It's the same with us. So we need to embrace those not so nice things, those difficult to love things and things in our lives, the kith and kin that may not feel so good. We are all one, and it is part of our growth. We have a musical item from Audiel this morning. So, you know it went good, right? So sit back, Enjoy. Yes, indeed. We all need somebody to lean on. Thank you, Audiel. We lean on you. Not just Audiel, Silvano, and Matthew. We're good. I just want to breathe that in and just let it just settle. You know, before I do anything else, I have a special announcement to make. No, I'm not getting married. I would like to welcome Marjorie Parrish, who just came. Welcome, Marjorie. We can greet Marjorie after, but many of you may know Marjorie's a longtime member of the temple, and she's also a member of our choir. So we welcome her here, and we're going to welcome you back when you start to sing again, right? Let us now say our prayer of Jamaica. Together, please stand. The radiant light of God's love is now flowing through us and from us to everything and everyone it touches. The eternal light of God's love now completely fills, covers, and surrounds our island, Jamaica. The glowing intensity of the light of God's love now interpenetrates and awakens within the hearts and minds of our countrymen and women the truths of life which set free. The light of God's love is growing and glowing in intensity in the hearts and minds of mankind everywhere. Love, health, harmony, goodwill, peace, uprightness, integrity, joy, prosperity, kindness, and our oneness unto God are now established, and so it is. Before we move into our before we move into our next song, you may notice that you have a little extra envelope this morning. You like the music? Okay. The music don't just happen. All right? So, this is the beginning. We would like this envelope to be specifically dedicated to the music ministry, which we hope to expand, not only with instruments and with players, but with voices as well. Like I said, it don't just happen. So this is the beginning. It won't be only today, but we just want to introduce it today so that you know, expect it to happen. If you love the music, what you have to do? Love it. What you put in it? You put some love in it in the form of cash. Okay. Yes. So, having said that, let's move into our next song. And as we sing that, you may come up and put your offerings in the boxes. But we're going to bless it first. We're going to bless it. Let's say the blessing first. Lovingly I give, joyfully I receive. Be thou fruitful, increase and multiply. Bless, prosper, and enrich everyone whom you touch, and replenish all of my financial affairs. So be it. Thank you, Father. And so it is. Now we can sing.
Extending far beyond the seas, reaching out.
Thank you. You may be seated. I would just like to acknowledge everyone who has made this morning possible, including you. If you weren't here, we wouldn't have this, right? I honor you, I celebrate you, I give thanks for you. I give thanks for our tech team at the back, Lauren and Vance and Liam and Christine and Tyrell. Our musicians, Adele, Silvano, Matthew, and our singers. And I don't want to forget Sandra. She's part of our tech team. She's part of our singers. She's part of our speakers. Okay? She is the one who does these slides that you enjoy every Sunday morning, whether she's here or not. And our hospitality team working ceaselessly in the back to bring us some refreshments after the service. And the ushers. We have Jennifer this morning and Sharon. Oh. Thank you all, thank us all for being a part of this energy this morning. It was wonderful, so thank you. I'll now invite Sandra to do our closing affirmative prayer, and then we will sing, Let There Be, what are we singing? Love, peace, love.
And so we give thanks as we end this Sunday morning service. We give thanks for the blessings of time, of talent, of treasure that has poured into our center this morning. We know that each person who gives receives abundantly. And we are truly blessed and know that all that is given, all that is received is a part of that infinite storehouse that is God's abundance to us. And so we know that we leave this place today with a sense of a deeper understanding of our relatedness, our oneness with all that is, our loved ones, those who stretch and challenge us, our community, our environment. We know that our hearts open to give the love that God expresses in through and as us, and all is touched, moved, and inspired by who we are being. I am so grateful for this space and this place, and for the presence of God within me that allows me to be that channel and conduit for its expression. I know that each and every one of us embody God at its highest and best, and we too are beacons unto our own world. I truly give thanks as I now release this word and just know that it is fully, buoyantly, and awesomely accomplished. I truly give thanks now that all this is so, and so it is. And so we sing together, let there be peace on earth.